Coach, before the break, you asked me something about Gabe Landeskog. What was it?
It was, we have 3 games of data, and the data has been compelling, surprising with Gabe Landeskog since his return in game 3. Do we have enough to go on to say that Gabe Landeskog in playoff hockey should be on that top line, namely with Nathan MacKinnon?
So I do believe he has been good enough to be a top line player alongside Nate. I don't think you need to put him up there to unlock MacKinnon at 5-on-5 because the Avs have been far and away the better team at 5-on-5. We talked about the 5-on-5 numbers in game 5 when the Avs didn't look all that great, but they basically doubled up Dallas in 5-on-5 opportunities. You lost that game because of special teams and just really, really crappy bounces at the worst time, paired with you playing, I'd call it a C game. But at 5-on-5, you were good enough from a numbers perspective. Speaking of 5-on-5, the Colorado Avalanche, in terms of expected goals at 5-on-5, have the 3rd best line in hockey right now in the playoffs. The number 1 line at an expected goals percentage for at 94.4 is Leon Draisaitl, Connor McDavid, and Zach Hyman, who have gone nuclear over their last 3 games, taking a 3-2 series lead on the LA Kings. They can close them out tonight. Taylor Hall, Jesperi Kotkaniemi, and Andrei Svechnikov of the Carolina Hurricanes are number 2. They trail heavily at 82.8% of the expected goals percentage at 5-on-5. They played 24 and a half minutes together. Carolina ousts their first-round opponent in 5 games in the New Jersey Devils. The 3rd best line in hockey at 5-on-5, Gabe Landeskog, Brock Nelson, Val Nichushkin, who have played 18.2 minutes together and have an expected goals percentage of 81.3. He's been good enough. He's one of the main reasons why they are so good at 5-on-5 as a line there. So my question to you is, do you want to screw up that elite second line just to get him alongside Nate and take the chance that it works? Or do you want to guarantee that that second line, which has been really good 5-on-5, is going to continue that type of trend in game 6?
It's a really good question, and in such a pivotal game that is going to ultimately determine if the season is over or not. And it might even, if you do win this game, it's going to set forth the trajectory potentially of game 7. Do you want to upset the apple cart at this stage in terms of the lines that are skating together, the chemistry that exists that you've even been able to create over the course of 3 games? I would argue that Gabe Landeskog skating with Nathan MacKinnon to me would be terrifying if I were the Dallas Stars. That would be terrifying. And I love Gabe getting down the middle and cycling through and getting in front of the net and burying your big old Swedish backside right in front of Jake Ottinger. That excites me on the first line.
If you're going to move him
on the first line,
Coach, if you're going to move him to that top line and you want to see him alongside Nathan MacKinnon, I think you need to make a couple big time moves. Part of what hasn't been great at 5-on-5 for the first line, Marty Necas he's been largely a ghost. And that was the book on Necas in Carolina when it got to playoff time was, well, you're really good in the regular season, but what happens when the game gets checked a little bit tighter, when it's way tougher to dance through the middle of the ice like you do? He's one of the fastest players in the league. He hasn't been great on that top line. So if you're going to do that, I would throw MacKinnon, Landeskog, and Drouin together on that top line. I would put Lehkonen alongside Nelson and Nichushkin. And this would be crazy. Do you move Marty Necas down to the 3rd line to play alongside Charlie Coyle and Joel Kiviranta? If you move Gabe up, there are big-time lineup decisions that have to happen. Can you trust Marty to be a responsible second-line player with Nelson and Nichushkin, which it's still a big line. I wouldn't hate that. The conversation of moving Jonathan Drouin up to the top line and seeing if you can unlock Drouin because you have the physical presence of Landeskog next to him, that's another intriguing option. I don't know if they do any of those things tonight, but that's where that conversation kind of ends up for me.
Does it seem like Marty Necas has shrunk a little bit the longer he's been skating with Nathan MacKinnon, a guy that is very clearly, he's a lot. He's a lot. Nathan MacKinnon is a guy that demands a lot. See, Peyton
demands
Manning
the puck.
Demands the puck, and he also demands perfection.
Oh, yeah, you saw him bark at Charlie Coyle.
You saw it. And Charlie Coyle, you know what he did? He took it, and he was like, let's roll. I don't know that Marty Necas is built that way yet. We don't know enough about the player. But do you worry that, or do you wonder if maybe it would be freeing for him to not be on the same line as Nathan MacKinnon, as wild as that sounds?
I mean, it certainly could be. It's tough to play alongside elite players. It really, really is. Some guys thrive and some guys shrink in those types of spotlights.